Alright, so we're back on that College of Booty, and I don't know why exactly, but whenever I record these videos, I just gravitate towards COD, and it really is kind of funny and weird about that because I don't really play much COD anymore. As we know, Call of Duty is really not in the best of states. Don't get me wrong, Sledgehammer Games is doing absolutely everything they can in their power to make MW3 as fun and at least playable as possible, so I will give them credit where credit is due, and I appreciate that. But I mean, like, we know how COD is nowadays, bro. It's just super sweaty, SPMM, all that jazz, that I've brought up a million times. But the reason why I've been really wanting to play lately is because of the static HV, and I thought it was called the static HIV, I'm not gonna lie. But when I thought about it and I told Z-Man that doesn't really make a lot of sense. I've been seeing this gun around town lately, and usually, when the Battle Pass weapons comes out, I don't want to say every time, but a lot of times they are the best weapons in the game for the time being. And, well, I went with the STG-44, of course, first and foremost, because it's the STG-44. It's one of my favorite ARs of all time. So, of course, even if it isn't better than the static, I'm not saying it isn't, I'm just saying that I've seen the static a lot more, I believe. Maybe I'm freaking wrong about that. It has a lot of, I can't really think of the term for it, but it brings a lot of memories back, although that does sound like I was actually in World War II. But I played a lot of College of Booties. There was a lot of freaking World War II College of Booties, and it's a beautiful gun, and I love it. I love the feel. I love the sound. Iron sights are pristine, so of course, I had to unlock that first. Now, Metaphor did say that the STG-44, at least I'm pretty sure in his video, that it is the best gun in the game. I don't really know about that in multiplayer. The SMG that I was trying last night on my stream, twitch.tv/illyaderebusiness, by the way, if you want to see some absolutely horrendous gameplay, because for some reason my aim has been absolutely atrocious. FJX Horus was feeling pretty good. But tell me, why in these College of Booties lately are the reloads so ridiculously long? I'm talking about redonkulously long. And I had to reload like 4 times in a row because it wouldn't fully reload, because I had to do some like kind of cock back thing or whatever, and I'm like, for fuck's sake, bro, this is so stupid. Now, don't get me wrong about realism and shit and whatnot, maybe in real life that's just how it really be, but like, we're playing a very fast-paced, at least, MW3 is on the more fast-paced side compared to MW2 at the very least. Call of Duty, I don't really know why we need to add that final animation. That's just the realism crap. If it did have that feature, but you didn't actually have to reload it fully, that would be fine with me, because there's reload cancels. I don't think you can really do many reload cancels anymore, at least it doesn't seem like it. But yeah, that was just really driving me mad last night, because how many times you'll actually reload a gun, but it won't fully be reloaded because, we gotta add all these little details that no one asked for. Is very annoying, and yeah, it definitely gets you screwed over more times than not. One of my last videos was on MW2, going back and revisiting that after like a year and a half, and to be honest, like, the lobbies were absolutely insane. So that makes me think, should we go back to College of Booty Vanguard? One of the most hated Call of Duties of all time, which I completely get why it got the hate. I do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not justified to a certain degree. But, like I said, combat pacing is absolutely goated. Now, I have no idea about how the lobbies are going to be. Maybe they're going to be super chill, super easy like they were with MW2, because there's really no SBM and EOMM, which I was talking about on my stream, and one of my viewers, Highwood, did say that, yeah, they have to tone it down at the very least, if not turn it off completely, because it would be totally freaking dead. There would not be enough people for the game to actually put you in your own skill level, is what they go, with, even though that's not really the case. Kind of crazy to me that, like, hey, man, we're gonna show you on the game that, you died in 3-4 bullets, but why does it seem when I shoot somebody, it takes a good 7 to 8 bullets? Yeah, you could say, oh, you're not, going for the head and whatnot, fair enough, but I mean, some of these kill cams are dudes, like, literally shooting my fucking penis, and I still die in, like, half a microsecond. I was thinking about, playing a little bit of Apex, even though the last, 2 nights of Apex, ever since the season started, has been really rough for me. I don't know if it's just everyone and their mother is now on, so all the, like, extremely good players are playing, because, the season is bringing Apex back to a certain degree, although, like, we see that, I feel like, every freaking season, every time there's a half-decent update on Apex, we say we're back. I don't know, I'm just like losing all my aim and all my game sense and skill, even though there was not much skill to begin with, but at least I could, you know, somewhat be competent. I could at least solo duo people. Not really solo trio, bro, because people play like so crazy. Are you shitting me, man? You better not finish me. You better not, bro. Thank you, whoever killed her. But you know what's crazy, man? It's like these games nowadays, our expectations are so freaking low that they can literally give us the bare minimum, and we act like it's the second coming of Christ. And I'm not trying to say what they've done with the new season isn't a good thing. I mean, the aim assist nerf, camera flinch is gone. Map actually, you know, in my opinion, so far, my first impressions are pretty solid. I like it. I at least like it more than Broken Moon so far. They finally do these updates that have been kind of needed for years and years and years, at least months, and then we eat it up. The same thing happened with MW3 and I believe World War II or something like that. They just told us, hey man, we're listening to what you guys want. We're bringing back, you know, all these little features and things that you really enjoy. And it's just like, oh my god, guys, we are so bad. You do realize they're doing like the absolute bare minimum and we're eating it up and we act like this is the second coming of Call of Duty and it's gonna fix all the freaking problems. Other day, me ranting about Call of Duty. Why am I not surprised? I just get on this game and just think all this demonic shit about it. One of my clips actually from my clips channel actually seems to be popping off. I mean, 2,000 views. Surprisingly, it's on a long form one, which I'm very happy with. So if anybody has watched it, thank you so much for watching it. I appreciate you. And if you haven't watched it, go watch it. Talking about how EA is gonna possibly implement ads into their video games. I am not joking. I am being 100% serious. It's not like it's set in stone, I'm pretty sure. And some people have talked about how there's already some in video games. I don't really freaking get it. Adding ads to video games is one thing when it's on like billboards and posters and little funny things like that, you know? And when you see that, it's like, oh my god, like there's a freaking ad for Monster, or there's an ad for like Bose headphones for some reason. I don't know, you know what I mean? It's like the little things that are fun. Oh, that's cool to point out and actually realize that's there. I think that's a W. I mean, I don't know how y'all think about that. Maybe you guys would, you know, absolutely hate it. But I don't know. I see that as, like, kind of cool and funny. But adding potentially unskippable ads to your video game has to be one of the most greediest and worst ideas I've ever freaking heard of. I already hate ads when I'm watching live streams and YouTube, which is why I have Twitch Turbo and YouTube Premium. I'm not gonna lie, yes, I spend money on that because I like their service enough to that degree that I will pay for it so I don't have ads and whatnot. So yeah, call me a bitch if you want. But adding that to video games, buy the game for like 70 plus doll hairs and then pay a $15 a month subscription to get ad-free freaking gaming experience. I hope no EA executive is actually listening to this actually right now, because that sounds like a, well, terrible idea for the consumer, but a great idea for them. I need to just shut my mouth because I'm gonna give away so many good ideas eventually and they might actually implement it. Some people were commenting about like maybe having a pop-up windows, which still, it would absolutely flabbergast me that we're at the point now where we're adding ads to video games. But I guess if a pop-up window during like the intermission screen wouldn't be too bad. It would literally make me go, what the hell is this? Are you kidding me? Why are we doing this? As everyone should know, and I've talked about this on another clip on my stream, when a company does something and it goes better than probably what they're assuming, and I went and got 84 kills. That's actually kind of surprising. I didn't realize I popped off that much, but okay. If a company does something scummy and it's received maybe not well as in everybody's hyped about it, but it's received in a good enough manner to them that, hey, we can get away with it at the very least, and people will keep buying our game, or let's just say cosmetics, whatever the hell you want to say, they will just keep pushing the limits. Because it started off with like $3 camos on Black Ops 2. Remember that years and years ago, where people were actually upset about $3 camos? Now, granted, those camos were absolutely goated, and I think they are, well, now looking back at it, worth the $3. But, you know, some people were upset that they're adding like paid microtransactions like this, and, you know, they got away with it because when you're actually giving a product that I think is worth the money, that's fine. It started off with like $3, then like $10 bundles, then $20. And I think on COD now, there's like a $35 bundle, which is absolutely insane. Okay, yeah, I know Valorant sells bundles for like $80, $100. I understand that, but you gotta remember, Valorant is a free-to-play game. those camos, or well, skins I should say, don't really come with that much of an advantage. They might have like better iron sights or maybe a little bit smaller, but generally they don't come with a super huge advantage. They just look absolutely beautiful. But Call of Duty, you pay $70 a year for this, and it's not live service in the sense of like, hey, we're going to be supporting it for like the next 5 years, unlike Valorant, CSGO, Apex, and whatnot, where it's going to be constantly receiving updates for years and years to come. After BO6 comes out, I'm pretty dang sure none of your freaking bundles are going to be transferred over to the new game. So that's where I kind of have a problem with it, and well, it's kind of like dull, like so many people have a problem with it, but I just mean, the more they can get away with, the more they will freaking push and do. And remember when Call of Duty had the $10 battle pass? Now we have like what, the $10 one, the $20 version or some crap, and then the black cell, which is $30. $30, almost half of what the base game costs. Don't get me wrong, you don't have to buy the $30 version. Nobody's like actually saying, oh, you have to buy it to enjoy the game, or you know, you can't play the game. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that. My point is, we went from a $10 battle pass, right? That allows you to get everything in the battle pass, all cosmetics. The $10 rewards just get you like the base stuff, but now the $30 is, hey man, you want the actual good skins that should just be a part of the $10 battle pass? Yeah, not anymore. $30 for the actual good one. To be fair, it's really not that big of a deal to me because I don't buy Black Cell. I barely even buy the battle pass. So it's not even really that like I'm missing out on the really good operator skins because I don't really care. I mean, honestly, I would be perfectly fine with going stock operators. I really don't care enough, but it's just the principle. It really is just the principle, and that's how I see a lot of things. Even if it doesn't affect me in any way, it's still just the principle and the audacity of it all. Hey, that's just my 2 cents on all this modern gaming stuff. I mean, I could go on and on and on about it, but I mean, you know, that's just how I see it, man. That's just how I see it. But in the end, everyone, if you are all about the microtransactions, if you really do love buying the black cell and all that, you do you. And if anybody else gives you shit, okay, I can kind of understand why, but do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. If buying cosmetics in Call of Duty makes you that much more happier and enjoy the game, you do that. The amount of money I've spent on gacha games and Valorant and other things is absolutely absurd, so I really have no room to talk. Part of me just refuses to buy stuff on Call of Duty. Not saying that I've never bought anything on Call of Duty, it's just nowadays I am really trying my hardest, I guess you could say, or really maybe not even trying that hard at all, to not spend too much money on this because I don't think Activision deserves my money. But everyone, I hope you all did enjoy the video. That was quite the rant about Call of Duty and modern gaming and its current state and all that jazz. But everyone, I hope you all did enjoy the video, and if you would please use code Illya on all GFU orders, get 10% off and help your boy out. I'd really appreciate that, and I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see y'all next time.